you want to protect your peace, if you want to keep your life free from the toxic energy of jealousy, you need to be aware. You need to see the signs, and you need to recognize when jealousy is at work. When someone is constantly throwing shade, when they can't celebrate your wins, when they're talking behind your back, when they're trying to compete with you, when they make everything about them, when they belittle your achievements, and when they try to make you feel guilty for succeeding, those are all signs. But once you recognize those signs, once you know what's really going on, you can stop it in its tracks. You don't need to engage, you don't need to entertain it. You just need to keep doing your wheel. Keep working. Keep pushing forward. Keep elevating. Because at the end of the day, your success is your success, and no one can take that away from you. Not their jealousy, not their hate, not their negativity. You've earned everything you've got, and you don't need to apologize for it. You don't need to dim your light. You don't need to shrink. You just need to keep going, keep growing, and keep shining. So here's the challenge. Don't let jealousy get in your way. Don't let it distract you. Don't let it stop you. You've got too much to offer. You've got too much greatness ahead of you. And no one's jealousy is going to change that. So keep moving, keep grinding, keep winning. You've got this. You're untouchable. And when you see jealousy in your life, when you feel it creeping up, when you hear those whispers behind your back, just remember this. It's not about you. It's about them. You keep your head up. You keep your eyes forward. And you keep moving like the champion you are. Because the best revenge is living your life so well that they can't even touch you.
Hello. If you can relate and get something out of this video, y'all put a purple heart in the comment section down below. I want each and every one of you all to have a blessed day. I fit all 7 of those. I've been through all 7 of those that Denzel talks about. How about you? Which was your favorite?
Notice that when you're too friendly, people start showing you disrespect. They take your kindness for weakness, thinking they can walk all over you. They underestimate you, assuming you're soft just because you're a good person. But when they push you too far, they'll see a side of you they ain't ready for. If you're always nice, always doing things for them, they'll keep expecting it and think they can take advantage. That's when you gotta step up and show them a side they've never seen. Being nice doesn't mean you gotta tolerate their bullshit. Treat people the way you want to be treated is bullshit. If I don't get respect back, I'm not obligated to keep being nice. Some people don't deserve your kindness. They deserve to be checked. So, remember, having a good heart doesn't mean you gotta take anybody's crap.
Let me tell you something, jealousy is a beast. It's one of those silent killers that can mess with your peace, your relationships, your growth, everything. But the thing is, most people don't even know how to recognize it when it's staring them in the face. They think it's just a little rivalry, a bit of competition, maybe even some harmless envy. But jealousy? Nah, it's much deeper than that. It's a poison, and if you don't know the signs, it'll creep up on you, sometimes even from the people closest to you. Now, you might be thinking, what does this have to do with me? But trust me, if you're out here doing your thing, building your life, making moves, living your best self, you've got people looking at you. And some of those people, they won't be cheering for you. They'll be watching you, hoping you fall, hoping you mess up, hoping you fail. And those are the people who are extremely jealous of you. You need to spot them early, because once you know the signs, you can protect yourself and you can keep your peace. First sign, they can't be happy for your success. You ever had someone who you thought had your back someone who was close to you, and the minute something good happens to you, whether it's a promotion, a new relationship, or even just something small that's positive in your life, they act like they can't handle it. They get distant. They don't call. They start acting weird. Yeah, that's jealousy. And it's toxic. You see, a lot of times we're quick to celebrate with people who we think are on our team. You're happy, they're happy. They're happy, right? That's what we believe. But when jealousy enters the picture, that's when things start to shift. You get that promotion at work, or you finally hit a milestone that you've been working towards for months or years, and instead of high fives and cheers, you get silence, or worse, you get criticism. The kind of criticism that's not constructive, no, it's just the kind that digs into your past mistakes or flaws. They'll remind you of things you did wrong, stuff that's irrelevant to your present, stuff that has nothing to do with what you've just accomplished. Why? Because they can't stand seeing you move forward. Now, don't get it twisted. You're not crazy for noticing this. This is something that happens all too often. And it's painful because you think that person would be happy for you, right? But that's the thing about jealousy. It's not about you. It's about them. Their jealousy is rooted in their own insecurities, in their own fears of not being enough, of not achieving what they wish they had. When you win, it's a reflection of what they haven't done. And that makes them feel small. That makes them question their own worth. And instead of using your success as motivation to do better, they use it as a reason to tear you down. What makes this even harder to deal with is when it comes from someone close to you. A friend, a family member, someone you trust. You start asking yourself, am I imagining this? Am I overreacting? But no, you're not. You're seeing the signs of someone who isn't truly happy for you. And that's okay. But here's the thing you need to understand that's not your problem. Don't internalize their jealousy. Don't make it about you. A real friend, a real supporter, they're going to be in your corner. They're going to lift you up when you succeed. They're not going to make your achievements feel like they're too much or too big for the room. They're going to celebrate with you. And even when they're going through their own struggles, they'll be happy that you're winning because they see your success as part of the bigger picture. They know you're not in competition with them because there's room for both of you to shine. But with a jealous person, that's different. They're going to find a way to make your win feel smaller. They're going to try and cut you down to size. And what's even worse is that they might try to do it in a way that makes you question yourself, your worth, or your achievements. They might start bringing up your past, things that are completely irrelevant to the present moment. Why? Because they want to remind you of your flaws, of things you've already learned from.
They're called
deflect attention away from your success and shift the focus to your mistakes, to things that have nothing to do with the person you are now. And that's where you have to draw the line. Don't let their jealousy make you second guess yourself. Don't let their inability to handle your joy steal your happiness.
Don't let it.
The moment you realize they can't celebrate your success is the moment you realize you need to keep your distance from that energy. You don't need that negativity in your life. You don't need people around you who aren't genuinely happy for you.
Positive vibes only.
Who see your success as something to be proud of, not something to be threatened by.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
The truth is, your success isn't their failure. It never was. And it never will be. But if they can't see that, if they can't handle your joy, then it's time for you to move forward, keep growing, and leave that energy behind. Real friends don't let jealousy stand between you.
At all.
They stand by your side, and they cheer you on no matter what.
Through
so
it
if someone
all.
can't do that for you, then let them go. And keep moving forward, because your success is your own, and nothing or no one can take that from you. Here's the second sign they throw shade, but it's always disguised as advice. You know, there's always that one person who's got something to say.
Oh yeah. Can you relate?
You
Can y'all relate,
how
fam?
you move, they've always got advice ready for you. They act like they're looking out for you, like they've got your best interest at heart, but deep down you know it's something else. It's never really about helping you. It's about putting you down, about making you second guess yourself, about taking shots at your choices, your path, your life. They don't come out and say it though. Nah, they're too slick for that. They disguise it. They frame it as advice, like they're just trying to show you a better way to do things. But when you really listen, you know it's not about you doing better. It's about them trying to make you feel smaller, to make you doubt the decisions you're making. They're not giving you advice, they're giving you shade. And they're doing it under the guise of concern. They'll tell you how you should have done this or how you could do that better, all the while ignoring the fact that what you're doing is working for you.
They ain't doing a damn thing in their life.
It's not about improving you, it's about controlling you, making you feel like you're not good enough. If someone's constantly telling you how to live your life, how to make your choices, but never celebrating your wins,
Never.
that's a red flag. That's jealousy. That's insecurity in disguise. A real friend lifts you up. They support you even when they don't have it all figured out for themselves. They don't make you feel small. So when you hear more constructive criticism than support, it's time to recognize the truth.
Yes.
Third sign, they talk behind your back, but never to your face. If you've got someone who's always got something to say about you when you're not around, but they never say it to your face, that's jealousy at its finest. This one is sneaky. And it can fly under the radar if you're not paying attention. They'll smile in your face, act like everything's cool, but the minute you're out of the room, they're talking behind your back.
Smiling in your face.
Gossiping, spreading rumors, talking down about you.
All the time they want to take your
because they can't
place.
stand the fact that you've got something they want. They see you out here living your life, doing what they wish they could do. And it eats them up. They can't be happy for your success, so they'll try to tarnish your name, spread lies, or twist your words.
Narcissists too.
They'll make you out to be something you're not because it makes them feel better about themselves. It's like they're hoping that by talking about you, they can drag you down to their level.
Because they
They'll
not
talk behind your
lifing.
back because they know they don't have the guts to say it to your face. Why? Because deep down, they know you wouldn't stand for it. You call them out. But they know when you're not around, they can say whatever they want and get away with it. The truth is, a person who's secure in themselves doesn't need to talk about others to feel better.
Can I get an amen in the comments?
They don't need to spread negativity to lift themselves up.
At all.
A real person, a strong person, will talk to you directly if there's something on their mind. But jealousy hides in the shadows where it can spread its poison without consequence. So if you catch wind of someone talking behind your back, you better believe they're not your friend. They're just too scared to say it to your face. Now let's move to the fourth sign. They try to compete with you in every area of life. You ever notice how some people just can't let you breathe?
Yes.
You'll do something and before you know it, they've got to one-up you. You buy a new jacket,
Yes.
they buy a new jacket, but theirs is just a little bit fancier. You go to a certain place, they
Yes.
try to top it with something bigger. It's like you can't take a step without them trying to make their move.
Can you relate, fam? Can you relate?
They're not just trying to live their life, they're trying to outdo yours. They're turning every little thing into a competition, and not in a healthy way.
Everything you get, they
It's
have
like
to
they've got a
have.
scoreboard running in their head, and every time you succeed, they're losing. They can't stand it.
Can't stand it.
So instead of supporting you, they try to outshine you. They'll copy your style, your moves, your circle. They'll find a way to mimic your life like it's a race. And they're trying to catch up. But here's the thing, this isn't about self-improvement. No, it's about tearing you down. They don't want to be better for themselves. They just want to make sure that you don't stay ahead. That's the jealousy speaking. And here's what's dangerous: the more you succeed, the harder they'll compete.
Pay attention, fam.
Every win you have only pushes them to try harder to one-up you. They'll pretend they're cheering you on, but deep down they're plotting their next move to make sure they don't fall behind. The problem is they don't realize you're not competing with them.
At all.
You're just living your life, doing your thing. The sad part is they can't see that, because in their eyes, if you're winning, they must be losing. And that mindset, that jealousy, it's a heavy burden for anyone to carry.
But it's not
Fifth
your
sign,
burden.
they make everything about them. You ever have someone around you who just can't let you have the floor? You're talking about your accomplishments, your struggles, the things that matter to you, and somehow they always find a way to twist it and turn it into something about them. Every time you share something good, they got to bring up something bigger they did. Every time you talk about something hard, they'll start talking about their problems, making it like their struggles are somehow worse than yours. And the thing is, they never truly listen to you. They're not trying to hear your wins. They're not acknowledging your hardships. They're too busy making everything about them.
Ever.
When someone's jealous of you, they'll hijack every conversation, every situation, and turn it into an opportunity to lift themselves up. If you've got a success, they'll find a way to downplay it. They'll act like it's no big deal, like you didn't work hard for it, like it doesn't matter. But don't get it twisted. This isn't about making you feel better. This is about making them feel more important, more validated. They'll find a way to make sure your achievements feel like they pale in comparison to what's going on in their life, no matter how small it may be. They don't want you to shine. They don't want to hear about your growth, because if they do, it forces them to face their own lack of progress.
Exactly.
So they'll twist the narrative. They'll make your good news feel irrelevant, or even diminish your success just to keep the spotlight on
They
themselves.
have no growth because they
And that's
have
how
no
you know
movement.
Jealousy isn't just about what they don't have. It's about the insecurity that keeps them from celebrating what you've earned. Sixth sign, they find ways to belittle your achievements.
In every
You ever hit
way.
a milestone, achieve something big, and have someone try to rain on your parade. You worked hard, you put in the time, the effort, the sacrifice, and then here they come with their little comments that make it feel like it's no big deal. They'll act like you got lucky, like it was some kind of fluke, or they might even say, oh, I could have done that better. But you know what they're really doing? They're belittling your achievements because they can't stand the thought of you succeeding. They don't want to see you shine. They can't handle the fact that you work for what you have and earned it. So they try to downplay it, make it seem like you didn't put in the work, like you didn't deserve what you've got. It's their way of protecting their own fragile ego. They want you to think that your success is nothing special.
But it
The
is.
truth is, your
It is,
success is a
fam.
reminder of their own failures, their own fears. And don't be surprised when they try to turn it around on you. The moment you call them out, suddenly they'll act like you're being sensitive. They'll flip the script, make you feel like you're the one with the problem. They'll act like your success is no big deal, and try to make you feel guilty for celebrating it. That's a classic move. But you can't fall for it. Don't let them twist things and make you doubt yourself. This isn't about you, it's about their jealousy and their insecurity. Keep your head high and don't let anyone take away from what you've worked so hard for. And lastly, they try to make you feel guilty for succeeding.
Yes.
Let me tell you something, when you're succeeding, when you're out here achieving, there's always going to be someone who can't handle it. You'll have people around you who see your progress, your wins, and instead of feeling inspired, they'll try to make you feel guilty for it. They won't come out and say it directly, but their words and actions will be clear. It's like they want to make you feel bad for doing well. They'll throw comments your way like, must be nice, or I wish I had it easy like you, as if somehow your success is a personal attack on them. And let me tell you, that's jealousy in its purest form. These are the people who feel like your win is their loss. Instead of seeing your success as something to admire or aspire to, they'll twist it into something that makes them feel smaller, less than. It's not that they want to work harder or put in the effort to get to where you are. They just want you to feel guilty for being where you are. It's easier for them to drag you down to their level than it is for them to rise up to yours. What they don't understand is that success is not a zero-sum game. There's enough for all of us to eat, but the minute someone feels threatened by your plate, they'll start trying to turn your blessings into burdens. They'll make you feel like your success is somehow unfair, like you didn't earn it, or like you don't deserve it. But you did earn it. You worked for it. You